Hey, Marlo Mattis Motors here, and so it begins. I'm just barely getting started, but there's a little bit of oil left in the crankcase, and I'm going to try to drain out as much as possible. And then I think I am going to put it up on the motorcycle stand so I can start working on this side and start removing the Kickstarter and possibly the brake pedal if I have to be able to get at. I think I do, to be able to remove side cover here and get at the clutch and the oil pump and all that jazz. And yeah, show you more. Okay, that took a little longer than I figured, but I think I'm happy with it. I can work on it this side and it's up, so I'm up off the ground. I had to put a board on the jack to support so that it would span those two bars. This jack's meant for a regular sized road bike, but it'll work. I've got it strapped so it can't do too much. And I found the first already part that I'm going to have to replace, which is pretty simple and pretty cheap. But the drain plug here, the gasket that was on it was tore and it was guaranteed to leak very, very soon. So I scraped it all off. I need to clean it up a little bit more and then put a new gasket on there. I think there's supposed to be a nylon O-ring actually, or a nylon gasket. So I'll have to find that and replace that. Yep. I'll be back at it in another day. Gotta go in for supper. Show you more. Okay, so I've been struggling for a bit. I'm learning as I go, I guess. So what I ended up doing to get this, I took this, there's a cover that goes on here. I removed that. That was easy enough. Those screws were kind of loose. I removed the kickstart lever. One bolt and slides off the splines here. I thought I had to remove the brake pedal to get this cover off. It turns out I don't think I do, because I loosened the brake pedal off far enough and I can push it down far enough now to get this loose. So that's good. Where we're going to end up next. I think I can leave the oil pump on. But I might have to disconnect this cable. I'm tempted to just take, I got all the screws loose now that hold the cover on. I know I had to remove this speedometer cable. I think I got it all loose now where I can actually try to take this off and see what happens. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I use specialties screwdrivers, JIS, Japanese Industrial Standard. They look the same as the Phillips, except they don't come to a sharp point. And that's important for all these old Japanese bikes. So I thought I needed an impact driver. I ordered one, and I probably need it eventually. But what I ended up doing was tap the end of the screwdriver so I'm sure it's secure in there, and then take another screwdriver through the hole here and pop the screws because they were pretty hard in there. And we're gonna see now actually sitting there. I saved an old tart container. I'm gonna put all the hardware in there just so I don't lose anything. We'll see what happens. I might end up having to take these cables loose here. And I don't know if these are all going to be the same length. That's kind of important too. You may end up with some shorter hardware. I did order some new screws for the other side, because the other side has some pretty nasty looking screws that are semi-stripped and may be a problem when I go to do it. Yeah, there was one screw holding this side cover on here on the, so far they're all the same length, that's good. And I've seen guys do this in videos on YouTube before, so we'll find out what's what here. I drained it, like I showed in the last clip, I drained all the remaining oil out of it before I put it up on the stand here. Ooh, that's a short one. That one goes here above the oil dipstick. And yeah, this one looks like a short one too. Is it? Yes, it is. Oh, it goes on the back side here too. Where is my one right there? I got these all pre-loosened already. Because I was a little worried with stripping these out. No, I might actually take that brake completely loose. That not bothering me here. Just a wing nut. Wing nut off the rod here. It's no longer spring loaded. And it can go, well, it is spring loaded here, but I'll just leave that part spring loaded. Easier to move this here then. That one's shorter too, so there's 3 shorter ones on this end here. And one here. Oh, Marvel. And man, this is still continuing. I promised I'd work on this bike, and I try to keep my promises. I'm always a little bit apprehensive. Oh, that's the same length as that. Okay. So the shorter ones are going above the dipstick and behind the kickstart lever. And that one's not holding, that's the speedometer. And that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Any more? That one? No. So there's 3 shorter ones. They go on the back side here, above the dipstick hole and behind and below the kickstart lever. Oh, what should I do next? I'm a little worried about this oil stuff. I'd really rather not have to deal with repriming the oil system. See what we can do here. It's probably been on there a long time. I have to get it off without wrecking it. The last thing I want to do is wreck something. Because like it's not my bike. If it was my bike, I wouldn't be so worried about it. But there's something I missed. Right there, right there, right there, and there. I'm pretty sure this bike's from 1979. Can't tell me it hasn't been off once already. Don't know if I ain't gonna have to take this here oil pump off. I don't know. I don't know. When you don't know something, what do you do? Give her all the way? Or, Jesus Christ, where's that line go? Right there, I think. Continues up to the carburetor. This is your, comes from the carburetor. So you pull, or from the throttle, so you're pulling on the carburetor for fuel and the oil pump for oil at the same time. So the higher the revs, the more oil you give to the engine. I'm worried that they used gasket maker and it's going to be on there. This one's a flip here. Not doing nothing for nobody. I just noticed that laying there. I don't know if you can see that or not right there. It was supposed to hold this line on here, but, and I think this is actually the supply line. So, what I might do is, I actually have, where the hell did it go? Hang on, I got a clip, or a, oh yeah, here it is. I got a line clamp specifically meant for small lines to pinch it off so you don't end up leaking something. That's what works like this. Pinches down on a line and you tighten it. And I'm pretty sure that looks like the supply line. I'm not even sure. No, I'm not sure really. I'm guessing. I did a lot of research, but apparently not enough. So what I'm going to do is put this on here. Close to the line, close to the end here, and pinch it off. So that hopefully you don't end up, well, I think we're going to end up losing our time on our oil pump anyway. And I'm not 100% sure. I think this is your, this screw here you open when you want to try and prime it. All these old lines, they're pliable yet. They're not actually probably that old. I don't know how many screws are holding that oil pump. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna, this light, I want this light, but at the same time it's bothering me. Not really sliding in the right place. And if it is, then it isn't where I want it so I can see. I don't like that. What the hell is that? This one slides on there. This one, I don't know. And they're both on this cover. You shouldn't need this screw out. I don't think. It's this power retainer screw. But you shouldn't need to worry about the holding. I'm going to take that and just take it out. Put it in the packet. Put it in the tart tray. Now what do we do? Do I dare remove this? This shouldn't be that hard, really. Remove this like this. Okay. Now I could remove this, slide this up, and I need a little something here. A little something here. Vice grips to the rescue. Shouldn't really be that hard. There we go. Let's get started. Turn it off of here. Slide that cable out or not. No, it doesn't come out of there. Well, in which case I'm going to put it back on there. Oh, this comes out. Okay, I got it. There we go. There, so this needs to go, I'll put it up here. I'm not messing with this, I'm only trying to get the side cover off so I can get at the main seal, which is in behind the water pump, oil pump. came off there. You know, I'll tip it up. It kind of stays. That's gonna have to come off. And there was oil in it. Oh, protective heat sleeve. I wish I had some. I need a chief light holder slash camera person. I don't know what y'all say, but I see myself struggling. That's what I'm seeing. Bad cam angle, I'm guaranteed. Moving. There. And that's it. That's plenty long, so I'll just cut a piece off of it. After that, okay, so got those lines off. Best of our ability, my ability, of course. That's spring tension here. I could probably do that. The key now is to get the sucker to actually move. Make sure we're not missing the hardware here. I can get a strange feeling we are. You're not supposed to have to remove this. I don't think you do. There's a screw in here. There's two screws holding the pump on. And maybe that one is one that holds it on. I don't know. Should I do a little more research? Yeah, I probably should. Am I going to do a little more research? I have no freaking idea. I don't see any retainer screws there. I think that pump should come with the cover. So how to get the cover off? I don't really want to beat on there with a metal hammer. It's rubber mallet, rubber, you know. Hasn't budged. I really didn't want to mess with this oil pump. This line here looks like it goes to this here. Watch it, let's take one there because there's two different sizes. I don't know. I think I need to stop pretty soon and figure out what the hell I'm doing before I end up breaking something. That's the last thing I want. Like I said, it's not mine. Therein lies the problem. Because I would mine and pull a little bit further. All the screws are out. Oh, well, I stand corrected. In case anybody didn't notice. Ooh, this one hasn't been loose yet. Alright, I can show you. Stick a handle through here, another screwdriver. And Why didn't you tell me that was there? Here I am trying to get this cover loose, and there was one more screw holding it. WTF, that's what I say. Let's put this in here. Handy dandy. No knock it. I literally just needed something to hold it, and I went and to the recycling bin, because here in Canada we do frequent recycling, especially where I live, and picked a package that would fit some hardware. That's all I did. Not metal. Oh, there we go. Brake pedal down. Oh, and we're in it. Kickstart. Okay. So the clutch pack is definitely dry and stuck together. We have no clutch. It's trying to actuate, but it's not there. Thank goodness these are actually bolt heads and not just a screwdriver. Small. Smaller than expected. That's what she said. Well, yeah, that's what she said. That's what she always says. You know that. Smaller than what she expected. Anyway. So I need to remove what here? A little more than I expected. What is that? Dry in here. Well, let's see. There's a little bit of oil. Ooh. What gear is that? Got some chewing on it. Oh, that's a speedometer. Okay, so we're going to replace the seal here. Pretty sure I bought all the seals I need. So we're going to replace all the seals that I have because, well, we have them. And that's what we're going to do. Oh, we're going to, it's pretty clean in here, really. So the seal here we're going to replace for on the kickstart lever. Careful not to remove the Kickstarter because I don't know how that's sprung. I'm going to put this cover behind you guys. I don't need it for now. And see where we need to go from here. That looks like, of course it's going to be all metric because it's a metric bike. Looks like it might be. No, not a 10. Oh, it might be. I'm not going to bet it's not, but it might be. Is it a 10? No, says I. No, says I. Drop down 2 sizes. It's probably an 8. And it is. Okay. All back. That was needed a size 12 to remove the kickstart lever. And not very tight, which is good. And I'm doing them by hand instead of with an impact because I want to know how much torque to put into them when I go to put it back together. So, let's see. Again, with a JIS screwdriver, we're going to remove, there's 5 bolts here. I loosened them all. Maybe I need a smaller one. There's a third one. Comes with the set. And we're going to remove these. There should be a bolt, a washer, and then a spring in between behind. And we're going to loosen them all off so much at once. Now I'm under the impression that this clutch pack is stuck together because there is no clutch at all. what we're going to do is disassemble it, and if the clutch pack is as I figured, pesky bugs, we're gonna just light with a longer cord or something. Right now it's kind of hiding your face here. So that's better. Okay, let's see. We're gonna keep loosening these off. Pesky fly. Ah, it's a good fly. Looks like somebody definitely, well, this, like I said before, this is a 1979, so somebody will have been in here before. Oh, so, oh no, I was going to say this one spring is a different color, and it looks like a different color, but, damn flies. Alright, so we're far enough off now that I can safely. See, there's no pressure. Oh, I forgot the center. That's loose. So, I don't know. And I'm no expert. This is actually the first time I'm pulling the clutch apart. But you feel the movement in there. So we're gonna need that apart here. That's probably a 10. That's probably a 10. Hand tools, folks, hand tools. I do not want a problem with this. Oh, how'd you know that was going to happen? You knew that was going to happen, didn't you? Did that loosen it? Yes, it did. I'm trying to keep it open and put hardware in there. One little nut, a 10mm nut here. One washer behind it. And let's continue taking these out here. I should have probably taken that nut off first, but okay. One bolt, one spring. There's 5 of these suckers. Keep that all together in one little pod. Excuse me. Clutch springs. They look good. They don't actually look that old. I think what happened was, I'm sure, fairly certain what happened was, the seal around the shift shaft went bad and leaked out all the oil from the transmission. And then what happens is it dries everything out. So it dried out the clutch, made everything stick together. And the main seal, which is behind this gear here, dried out. And then I put oil in the transmission, and when I was investigating, and it sucked oil from the transmission through the main seal and into your combustion chamber, and now you have too much oil and not enough gas. And that is what basically went on here. So I figure. Okay, so there's that. should, I figure. Oh, let's close that before we end up doing something silly. This one still has the O-rings between the plates, so we're going to put this opposite of how we got it on there. Oh, they're not stuck together. Only one O-ring. I think when they were new they had all O-rings. Oh yes, there's some that are stuck together. Yeah. Oh yes, there's O-rings in there. I believe the O-rings are supposed to go. Every other layer. There is not a lot of material, and I have to do a little research to find out how much material is supposed to be on there. There's an O-ring here. I think it's between every. See, the rubber ring there is supposed to be for between every metal disc. They're not stuck together. I was really hoping I was going to find them stuck together. You know, maybe the inside ones are. I can get some of them. Dang, oh yeah. These inside ones are there. Definitely there. I don't want to mix anything up here. So you're careful when you take it. Dang. Careful when you take it apart. There's another one. Okay, I think there's a. Okay, there must be a O-ring, a rubber ring on each side of the friction plates. Now there's more discs in here, but they are stuck. Oh, they are stuck. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. There we go. They were definitely stuck. And not all of them have an O-ring between. Oh, yes, it does. Yeah. It'll be fun to put back together. There is more. Oh, there it goes. See, that was definitely stuck. It needs to slide better than that. Is there another metal ring in there? No. Okay. So, what do I need to do now? That just slides on and off there. That's just with that gear. It would be nice if I could just unbolt this here and take that gear off, but I am not that lucky. Not by a long shot. This clutch pack here, I gotta do something with it before I end up kicking it or something. I do not want to mix that up. Oh. Where are we going to go from here? Well, if I put that in gear, I should be able to now lock this up, and I should be able to rattle off this nut and this nut. This one doesn't look like it's got a retainer, and you do have to be careful because some of these things are timed. I don't think this is timed. I don't see any markings on it to suggest that it's timed. but I really don't. Okay, so there's a locking tab here that's bent over. I need to go get a cold chisel to tap on that, get that to go over. And I can remove this nut, and that should get me behind here. Get the clutch basket off. Actually, I got pliers for that, don't I? Is that supposed to be like that? There's a threaded hole there. What does that mean? It's not part of this. And the gasket for this is still on there. Let's not mess with it. If anything, I'm just going to clean it real gently and then smear a little tiny bit of something on there to help it seal. I do not want to mess with that. I do not have a gasket for that. Oh. Hopefully that's in the right place still. That came out a little bit, but I shoved it back in the kickstart shaft. Yeah, this has got to come off. And I gotta go get a cold chisel for that. And I lock my special clutch pliers along with a wrench or a ratchet to be able to get that loose. I think I need to stop and think before I do anything else. Let's do where I am and what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to take those clutch plates and soak them. Maybe, I don't know, they really weren't that stuck that bad. I need to do more research. I need to find out whether, how much friction material is supposed to be on here. I can still see the gaps between them, so it's not more smooth, which is good. You don't want that. And the metal plates could use a little bit of cleaning. But yeah, this basket's got to come off. So I got a pair of, what the heck was the brand name? Tusk clutch pliers. They're like vice grips, but they got special grippers on them to be able to grab this here. The clutch basket itself looks actually pretty good. Oh, excuse me. It's not in gear now. Let's see. So, yeah, we're going to have to, right here is, it's bent over. That's a special retaining washer. You got to bend that back. Then you can get this nut off. And I'm going to use my pliers for here, my Tusk clutch pliers. And then the clutch basket should come off because you need it off to be able to get at and remove this sprocket. And I'm a little nervous to do it, so I'll show you more. Okay, as you can see, I got it off. These are those special pliers that go in and lock in here, so you can unbolt that. That's off there. Now all I gotta do is get this off. Hopefully that's not on there too hard. And then I can replace those seals. And this is where I'm going to leave you for now. This video is way longer than anything I normally produce. So this is Marlo from Marlo Madness Motors signing off, and we will talk to you again once I get really into replacing these seals. and doing a little more research on the clutch pack and stuff to see what the tolerances are and stuff. Yeah, all new to me. All right, signing off. And Yamaha